Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. What is going on, people? Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. I feel like it's been a little bit since I've seen you. It was Tuesday, I believe, was the last time we saw each other. So, what a wild week, going live almost every day. 6 out of 7 days I went live. One of those days, that first Wednesday I was there at my sister's, I went live twice. And what a blast that was. But here we are just past 11 p.m., about a quarter after 11 out on the East Coast. And we're going to get into a little watch party action. It's been a while since we've had a watch party on over here. So, yeah. I am looking forward to getting this going with you guys here. This will make a little more sense if I do that. That should answer any questions about where the movie is streaming right now and all that kind of fun stuff. But holy cow, we have 17 people in here. I'm going to have a sip of my probiotic orange slice soda here. It's not so bad, just 5 grams of sugar. Really not that bad compared to like 38 or 42 or whatever the sodas have nowadays. Oh my gosh, you guys. I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning for work today, and it was like so humid and hot and gross. Everyone says that Phoenix isn't humid. It's just a dry heat. Bullshit. July, August, September, muggy, just so you know. So I had a little nap after dinner tonight. It was lovely. I'm still sort of coming out of the nap. So bear with me, be sweet, and we'll say hello to all you guys here, and then we'll get Tremors going. I had over 50 votes in the poll, and about 50% of the votes went to Tremors. This is a classic. It celebrated its 35th anniversary earlier this year, back in January. I believe it was January 19th, 1990, when it initially came out. And yeah, I'm going to say what's up to you guys here really quick, but I remember this movie. I remember my brother Rob, who's my closest sibling in age. He's about just under 4 years older than me, and I remember he must have seen it like at a sleepover party or something like that, because he was just ranting and raving about Tremors and couldn't get enough of it. So I remember seeing it as a kid, and one of those movies that I revisit quite a bit. I mean, it's got that Roger Corman creature featured Burt I. Gordon kind of thing, if you know about all those old creature features from the 50s and 60s. And of course, it reminds me of my favorite film of all time, which is Jaws. So it's like those two things combined. I've got some fun trivia and some fun things to ask you guys while we go through watching the film today. It is streaming on YouTube for free, so you don't have to pay for it. If you have YouTube Premium, you're not even going to get any commercial breaks or anything like that. And since it's PG-13, as far as I know, nothing's going to be censored from the YouTube version. I don't know. Maybe if they say shit, maybe they censor that. But it looks like it's going to be the full PG-13 version. So I'm super pumped to get into this one. But I'm going to say what's up to everybody in the chat. I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday, and then we'll get into it. We got King Matthew III. Can't join the stream, in the hospital, sick with the flu. Well, I hope you get better, King Matthew. It seems like you have a tough time hanging out here, but you're always able to jump in and say hello, and we sure do appreciate it. What's happening? We got Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members. Hope you are doing well. And for whatever reason, guys, I think this is a YouTube thing, where YouTube had this blip like about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer, where you can see it's not reading your actual screen name. It's just reading like your literal @ So that's not me. I'm guessing that's just a YouTube thing. Prince says Kevin Bacon and John Hamm should team up in the future. You know what I mean? Bacon and ham. Now that's a delicious pairing. Doubling up on the pork. I see what you're doing there, Prince. I see ya. We got Chester Franklin Jr. What's happening, Chester? Hope you are doing well. Jay Beach is in the house. What's happening, Jay? We got Ashton Luck. What's going on, Ashton? Paula Fitzhenry is hanging out with us. Chester wants to remind you guys to hit that like button and show me some love. Man, you know what would be great is if you guys could share the channel with someone that isn't yet subscribed and get them to come on over and check out the stream and maybe even subscribe to the channel, because we are at, let's do a subscriber count here, 1598. We are just 2 subscribers away from crossing over into that 1600 territory, so that would be awesome. Paula, I do not mind. You can totally just hang out, but the movie is streaming on YouTube if you want to watch along. We got Gory Tiger in the house. What's happening, Gory? So great to see ya. We got Fight the Good Fight. It's a good hot night to watch Tremors. Yeah, I'm not sure. Are you out in Arizona as well, Fight the Good Fight? I know that we've got a few of our community members that are out in either the Phoenix area or, you know, some of us down in Tucson. Right now, it is 8:20 here in Phoenix. The sun is definitely down, and it is 104, if you can believe it or not. It's crazy. Yeah, Antona said, I think you mentioned this in the comment, or you commented on one of the posts today that you just watched Tremors for the very first time. So, hey, nice little refresher, and you'll be able to kind of comment on everything that's been going on here. Let's see who else we got in the chat. We got Jared Arnold. What's happening, Jared? Great to see you. One of our amazing channel members. Always a pleasure to have you join us. Chris Snyder said on a stream last night he thinks Friday the 13th video game is more likely than a movie. That's the second YouTube that I know of who said that. I'm nervous. Hope they're wrong. Well, they said that both are coming, so maybe the video game would be first. I don't know. They might try to time them to come out around the same time, because I would imagine that both would take quite a little bit of work to to get put out there. Holy cow, guys, we've got almost 30 people hanging out with us in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate you. We got Big Papa Musk says just rented on Amazon for 79 cents. Guess I had some promotional credits I wasn't aware of. There you go. And we got Erica in the chat, one of our great Death Squad mods. How are you doing, Erica? So good to see you. Yeah, I think that is a YouTube thing. Let me see. Is it happening over? It is happening on the YouTube window as well. Yeah, I don't know what their deal is. Yeah, Chester knows what's up, though. Yeah, it's very strange. Hopefully it'll all work out just fine for us here. We got Matt Facci in the chat, one of our great Death Squad mods, said, what a freaking banger, brother. Yeah, Matt just put out a short about Tremors. What was it, last week, Matt? Was it the week before? Is time moving that quickly? Oh, my goodness. We got the lovely Brooke Scarlett, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. Hope you're doing well, Brooke. Always a pleasure to see you. See who else we've got. Eli Cortez, another one of our channel members and Death Squad mods. Love seeing you out there, Eli. Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been since Tuesday. We'll talk about that a little bit. I'll let you guys know what's going on here. Jared says, what's up, Davey? Ready for Tremors? And the heat sucks in Alabama as well. Ooh. Yeah, I bet it's really muggy down there. Yikes. We got Jeff from John Doe Juggalo in the chat. What's happening, Jeff? So good to see ya. Thank you so much for joining us. Jeff, are you a fan of Tremors? Let me know. And Eli is sharing the links for Facci Cinema and for John Doe Juggalo in the chat. So make sure you guys check out their channels if you haven't already. Us kids around in the 90s not only had to avoid the Noid, but also Graboids. Yes, it's very true. And this is one of those movies, man, I don't think Tremors did overwhelmingly well at the box office, but holy cow, video rentals, this movie was huge when it came out on VHS. Ah, you're in Oregon. Well, you got, I lived in Portland for a bit, and there's a couple weeks that can get pretty hot out there. What's happening, Destiny? So good to see ya. Hope you are doing well today. Yeah, it would be amazing if we could cross 1600 tonight. That would be really cool. Yeah, I know that we sort of max out, I can't just keep on telling you guys about it. We've got to get some new people in here. So yeah, if there's anyone that you guys know of that might dig what we do here at the channel, then let them know and have them jump on in. We got Blu-ray Addict in the house. What's happening, Blu-ray? So good to see ya. Holy cow, we got Pumpkin King. This guy, what a guy. Not only did Pumpkin King just become a subscriber within the last week or so, he also became a fuel member of our channel membership. So welcome to channel membership, Pumpkin King, and thank you so much for the $9.99. Pumpkin King was the all-star on Nick from the Lost River Drive-In stream last week, which was incredible, man. That was really, really cool. Love seeing that kind of support for an awesome guy like Nick. So, Pumpkin King, you are all right by me. We got Aaron Click in the house. Never seen an entire Tremors movie? Well, tonight should be the night, Aaron. It's streaming on YouTube. So bring it on up, and we will get you going. Tyler Adams saying, what's up to Blu-ray? Oh, we got the Mama Mod, Jamie Hart in the chat, our original Death Squad mod, and a YouTube channel member. Love seeing you in the chat, Jamie. Hope you are doing and feeling well. Yes, Tremors is an absolute classic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who else do we have in here? We got Brett hanging out. Good evening to you as well, you hoser. Hope you are doing well. Tremors might be the best one in the franchise. Yeah, I think the first Tremors is the best one. The second one's pretty fun, for sure. Second one is fun. I don't know. I think I've seen the third one, and then I don't know if I've seen past that. So, but Eli Cortez sent me like the whole, 5 or 6 movies in a nice little box. So I've got to watch the rest of those sometime very, very, very soon. Okay, guys, let's catch you up on, let's see here. We're about 14 minutes in. We'll get going on the movie here in just 1 second. I had a lot of fun doing the streaming almost every night last week. It was pretty wild, pretty crazy. We had some good times for sure. However, a couple nights that I was there at my sister's house, once we hopped off the streams and everything, had a little bit, let's just say it, too much to drink a couple of those nights, and just got to thinking about it. And, I had gone like a week without having anything and was feeling really good. And then I was like, you know what? I'm in the house. I'm by myself. Like, I'll put on some music, I'll have some fun, it'll be great. And then didn't feel so good the next morning, and then a few nights later kind of did the same thing. So once I got back from my sister's house, I was like, okay, dude, you need to like decompress a little bit, chill a little bit. I was not, I try to be as open as I can with you guys about, mental health and all that kind of good stuff, and just wasn't really feeling myself. So wanted to wait until the time was right to jump back on stream with you guys. I also needed to replace my ring light because the little plastic hinge on the top broke when I was moving everything. But yeah, I just needed some time to, I don't know, screw my head on straight, think about some stuff. And I'm at like 3.5 days. I have a little counter on my phone that's like 3.5 days no alcohol. Some of you guys that have been hanging out for a while on the channel know that back in like 2023 to 2024, like the back half of 2023, I took like 6 or 7 months off, didn't have anything to drink, and was feeling great. And then sort of just like slowly fell back into it, and it became a thing that was becoming too much of a thing. So I'm, and this is just also for accountability, just, rededicating myself to staying away from the booze. Especially as I just recently started therapy after like finalizing and going through my divorce and everything. And so that's all finalized as of the 1st of August. Trying to do what I can to, you know, fix me, figure out what's going on in here, and try to find some internal love. I have so much external love from you guys and from my family and my friends and everything like that, but I need to find a little bit of that from within. So yeah, just as a thing to put it out there for you guys, if I end up fucking up or anything like that, I'll hold myself accountable to you. I don't plan on doing that. I just plan on keeping this going as long as possible. And I wish I could just fast forward and say, oh my gosh, it's been 3 months. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, it's been 6 months, but it's just going to be step by step. So, so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of that pep and that energy and that positivity that I had, you know, back a couple years ago when I took that big break. So, yeah, so very much looking forward to that. And I think I've probably blah, blah, blah enough about that. So, so yeah, let me just catch up with you guys in the chat here, and then we'll get the movie going here. I appreciate that, Ashton. Thank you so much, man. Yes, absolutely. Appreciate it, Brett. Thank you so much, man. Oh, here's a good question for Dez. What is Destiny's most anticipated maze for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2025? Oh my gosh. You know, and here's another thing too, guys, is going into therapy, I was like, I don't want to take any pills. I don't want to do anything like that. I just want to like talk things out and do what I can to fix myself. And then what I'm realizing now is I think I need something. I don't know what it is exactly. I, you know, was a regular cannabis user for a really long time. And I stopped doing that regularly back in December, although occasionally, you know, maybe once every other month or something, if I, you know, hang out with some friends that are doing it, I might partake. But I'm considering either, yeah, whatever the doc recommends, or, you know, thinking about getting a medical card so I can, you know, perhaps use that as a more of a natural kind of medicine or what have you. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm not divulging too much. You guys can tell me to shut up if you want, or feel free. Eli says, I'm proud of you, Davey. Remember, we're all here for you, my guy. Thank you so much, man. I do appreciate you. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Jeff. Yeah, it's you know, it's like it gets easier every day that you go without it, and I think that that's just what I want to do moving forward. You know, I want it to be for the rest of my life that I don't ever do that again. And no judgment on anyone that enjoys it. I envy the people that really can enjoy it and not have it affect them the way that it seems to affect me, because it seems to affect me to a greater degree than I would like. So for me personally, it's just best that I don't fuck around with that. I only listen to the voices in my head. They never let me down. Oh, love it, Brett. Thank you so much, Erica. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Chester. Yeah. Stay away from liquor, beer, and a joint is easier on me. Yeah, and the thing is even if I go with beer, I'll make bad decisions no matter which way I go. So, yeah, some cannabis, whatever that looks like, I'm not sure. But yeah, right now I've just got my slice, my probiotic slice. It helps me, says Erica. Clearly it doesn't help with typing errors. No worries. Yeah, have her give me a call, Eli. No, I'm just joking. Story of my life, typing errors. Yeah. Hey, it happens to all of us, right? I'm totally medicated and certifiable. You're certifiable, Quaint. You know that? It's rough. I really just got to type slower and I'd be fine, but I have speedy thought. Hey, you know what? You do you, Erica. No big deal at all. Holy cow, we have 28 people in here. You guys are amazing. I'm going to make sure that the likes are matching the love that we're seeing in the chat here. We got 17 likes, but 28 people hanging out. If you're watching, why not hit the like button? It's free. That's really cool, right? Doesn't cost you anything. Just a little click there. You can even do it if you're watching on your phone. And what it does is it helps us get some visibility. Guys, when we do watch parties of movies like Tremors, which have this wide reach, this is a good opportunity to bring some people in that may have never heard of the channel before. In fact, one of my most viewed videos, whether it's pre-recorded or short or a live, one of my most viewed videos is a live stream of our watch party for Big Trouble in Little China, which is kind of incredible to me. So some of these movies really hit and resonate with people. So let's see if we can break that 1600 mark tonight. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go over here. I just have to cough. There we go. Appreciate you, Jay. We got Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music. What's happening, Corey? So great to see you. Okay, guys, let's get into the movie. How about it, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add that to the stage. I'm gonna get this going at 5 seconds. You guys know the drill. There we go, right before 5 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the movie. I'll do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'll hit play on the movie, and then I will hit start on the stopwatch there once the movie gets rolling. So let me get that up there. Okay, love it. By the way, guys, let me know in the chat. No spoilers. Don't talk about anything in depth, but let me know if you've seen Weapons. And just let me know what you thought of it. And if you haven't seen it, let me know if you plan on checking it out in the theater. And also let me know if you want me to do a review of it. I did my short sort of, condensed review. I want to gauge, how much you guys really want film reviews for me on the regular, because I see that they don't do so well on the channel. And they take about 45 minutes to shoot and then maybe a couple hours to like edit. So altogether, it's like 3 to 4 hours to do one of those. And if they're not really getting the views, I'd just as soon, stick with the out of the theater reaction shorts and dive into some other stuff with the pre-recorded material. I've actually got some ideas cooking. I've got a whole series on how to fix Hollywood that I want to dive into with some pre-recorded videos. I've got like 5 ideas for what they could do to fix the, this weird conundrum we're in where blockbuster movies, big budget movies have to make like $1 billion to make it worth it, which I think is absurd. And I think I've got some answers. So I'm preparing a series about that. And then I'm also preparing some other stuff, some like spooky season kind of theme stuff. Got some live streams coming up and all that, but just some pre-recorded material as well. Let's see here. Just got my brother to sub, so we should just need one more sub. There we go. Hell yeah. Saw Weapons. Pretty sick movie, says J. Ray Cortez. Welcome on in, J. Ray Cortez. I don't know because YouTube is having a problem displaying screen names. So maybe you've been in here before, or maybe it's your very first time. Are you Eli's brother? Maybe that's Eli's brother. Pumpkin King says, I plan on seeing it tomorrow. Saw your short earlier today. Well, I hope you dig it, my guy, for sure. Brooke says, saw Weapons and thought it was okay. 3 out of 5. Yeah, I'm right about there, like 3 to 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it, and I'd hope to enjoy it a little bit more, but a couple things just didn't quite work for me. Aaron says, unfortunately, I won't be able to watch along because I'm doing some late night, much needed chores. All right, but I don't care about spoilers, so I'll listen and watch the live stream at least for a while. Yeah, I mean, Tremors, there's not much to spoil. It's really fun. If you like silly B level like creature features with amazing effects, and if you're a fan of Jaws, if you like those two things, you're gonna have a good time with Tremors. I like this. Fight the Good Fight says, I'm easy. I love out of the theater reactions. Yeah, I'm kind of, those do a little bit better for me than the pre-recorded reviews. Holy cow, guys. We have 37 people in the chat. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, we are just about to start the movie. Thank you so much for joining on in. If you're not yet subscribed, we are this close to breaking the 1,600 subscriber mark. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and check out what we have here on the channel. We do a whole bunch of fun stuff over here. Tyler says, I chose Naked Gun over Weapons the other night. Need to catch Weapons still, but I also want to support Seth Worley by catching his limited release of Sketch. That looked pretty interesting to me. Sketch. The effects look really, really cool. I like the premise. What's happening, Adrian? So great to see ya. Brooke loves the reviews. All right. All right. Then maybe I got to keep those up. Let's see here. What else we got? Ashton and Brooke giving each other a little bit of shit. I love it. The little bro. All right. Well, welcome on in, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate the sub. Ashton's given Weapons 4.5 out of 5. That is some pretty hefty praise. Yeah, I mean, I think Together and Sinners I liked more as far as the horror goes. I don't know. I might even like Final Destination Bloodlines more just because it was so much fun. It's tough to compare those two movies. They are two totally different kinds of horror movies. But Final Destination Bloodlines was pretty fun. Chris Evans is coming out with a new movie. Is that the Honey Don't? Right? The Coen Brothers movie, or one of the Coen Brothers. Holy cow. Big Papa Musk says 1.6 now, just subbed a few minutes ago as well. Let's go. Thank you so much, Big Papa Musk. Appreciate you. I never really count it as official until we're about 5 subscribers past the mark, because I don't know if it's people sub and then unsub right away, or if YouTube is like clearing out accounts that aren't active or whatever it is. But I always try to wait until we're about 5 after before I really start celebrating. But really, really appreciate it, bud. Really like the new Naked Gun. It mostly wasn't laugh hysterically funny, but it was funny. I was quietly chuckling pretty much throughout the entire runtime. Yeah, I think the first half of the Naked Gun is really strong, for sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Antonis. Let's freaking go. All right, guys, are you ready to jump into Tremors from 1990, starring Kevin Bacon? And we've got Fred Ward, the amazing Fred Ward. He's so good in this movie. Finn Carter plays Rhonda LeBeck. Michael Gross, of course, from Family Ties. And you've got Reba McEntire. We've got some other people that we'll recognize here. The little girl from Jurassic Park is in here as well. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. But yeah, this movie was directed by Ron Underwood, written by S.S. Wilson, Brent Maddock, and Ron Underwood as well. So you can definitely feel that love. And yeah, 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. So not bad for a small little creature feature movie. And yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in. Holy cow, there it is. Maybe I need to screenshot it right now. What do you think, guys? Should I screenshot it here? Yeah, Jared brings up a good one. Victor Wong is in here. Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, and of course, the Three Ninjas Grandpa. Hell yeah. Yeah, let me grab a screenshot of the 1600 just so I can celebrate that later, even if it goes away. Okay. Boom, 1600 on the dot. Love to see it. Thank you so much, Erica. Appreciate you. Yeah, little girl from Jurassic Park. I had to think about it if that was really her. Yes. Yeah, just a few minutes before, or a few years before Jurassic Park there. Best cinematic grandpa, says Tyler. Yep. We got Matt Arnett in the house. How are you doing, Matt? So good to see ya. Really appreciate it, Jay. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and cut the music and get this movie going. So, and now it's just me, baby. Just me and my silky smooth ASMR voice. All right, guys, here we go. So we are going to get the movie going. I've got it queued up here on YouTube. That is the version I will be watching. We are at 0.00 on the YouTubes. Are you guys ready? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching along, let me know that you are all ready and clear for takeoff. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to give you guys a second. Tied with Good Real Hunting. Okay, all right. And you know, I only compete with myself. I love those guys over at Good Real Hunting. So definitely not a competition with anyone else, but certainly a competition to just, you know, do better by me, you know, and by you guys, of course. All right, everyone is ready to go. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to count down from 5 on play. You need to hit play. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Good old universal music there. There we go. Bum, bum. Believe it or not, I don't have a copy of Tremors, but I did see it in the theater, says Jamie Hart. Of course you did, Jamie. The Arrow release of Tremors on 4K came with a diagram of the Graboid and a coupon to the store in the movie. That's pretty killer. Yeah, I usually watch this movie once a year almost. Maybe once every other year sometimes, but I feel like I watched this one about a year ago. All right, we got the title. We are zooming in. We've got our harmonica. I wonder if that's a matte painting right there. It looks like the cliffs could be a matte painting. All good movies start with the main character taking a piss, right? Like Water World with Kevin Costner. I almost said Kevin Bacon just because we have Kevin Bacon right there. Well, it looks a lot like this out where I live. I mean, there's suburbs and stuff, so there's grass that people have brought in. Yeah. Jamie, got to grab that 4K Tremors. Love Fred Ward. Charlotte Stewart, that must be her name. The girl from Jurassic Park there. Yeah, we got mountains all around, in the Phoenix, in the valley. It's a massive valley. There's an East Valley, Central Valley, and West Valley here, just because Phoenix is the most spread out city in the world. It must, it seems. Yeah, this one is a blast, Matt. It's really easy to watch. A good old hour and a half movie. Get in and get out. Nice. Fight the good fight. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's some good hiking around here, Jamie. Yeah. I saw something about this where Kevin Bacon like purposely misses the nail multiple times just to screw with Fred Ward. So watch Fred Ward look at him like, "Are you serious?" And finally gets it. That was done on purpose. It's a good way to spend a day not feeling so well, Ashton, for sure. Garbage day? Yeah. I liked Donnie Darko the first couple times I watched it, and then I started to see the plot holes, and it started to not seem so good to me. You know, the dry heat is good, but it's certainly not dry heat right now, unfortunately. You know what's up, Pumpkin King. You know what's up. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Dialogue's friggin' fantastic here. I'm digging the music too. There she is, Finn Carter. She's a cutie. Oh, hell yeah. Actually, I just picked up tickets because Batman and Batman Returns are hitting the Dolby Theater at the AMC out here at the end of August. I'm just going to adjust the camera here really quick, guys. There we go. Yeah, Remo Williams. Isn't he? Fred Ward was also Joe Dirt's dad, right? I think so. I love that old school thing is like just put the sunblock on the nose. It's okay if the rest of the body gets burned, just make sure the nose doesn't get burned. It's a very old school way of approaching it. Yeah. It's got to be tough to have a ooh, I just broke a nail kind of gal in the middle of the desert in a tiny ass town, right? All right, guys. I just set a little super chat goal just for funsies. Again, not a requirement. You guys hanging out and kicking it with me and with each other is all that I really care about. But I thought it would be fun as a little celebration of the 1,600 subs, and we can figure out something fun to do once the flick is all finished up here. So I was looking up some trivia here on this movie, and it says Michael Gross, who plays Bert here, started filming Tremors the day after wrapping Family Ties. So quite a bit of a genre shift for Michael Gross here, going from Family Ties to Tremors. It's so quiet. Oh, oh. Does Donnie Darko really have plot holes, or is it just as paradox of time travel? A lot of time travel movies have those issues. Yeah, yeah. I don't. It's been so long since I've watched it, but again, I really liked it the first couple times, and then I was sort of like, I think it plays by sometimes when more serious movies use the Bill and Ted rules. I find it quite odd. And here we've got our graboid vision here, similar to Jaws. Yeah, I think Fred Ward's really good. Very charming. Yeah, Chester is right. It was gonna be called Land Sharks, but yeah, the SNL skit that yeah, Avon calling, Candygram, Street Sharks, and then didn't they do Sand Sharks? Isn't that one of those terrible shark exploitation movies? That is I did not know that, Jared. That is pretty sad. Nothing better than a toilet bowl as a cooler for your beers. Peanut Y1S says, "Didn't scientists find tremor creature babies? I hope they don't plant them in the ground." In real life? Oh, I don't know. Welcome on into the chat. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. Welcome on in. Family Ties gave us Bert and Marty, and both of their sequels have westerns. That's true. Well, maybe I need to give it another shot, Pumpkin King. Maybe I do. Ugh. Black shitty goo. Ugh. Yeah, they're just like, get the hell out of perfection. What's happening, Piss Pistofferson? That must be, is that Ryan Underwood there? Looks like a beastly, bulging man. YouTube's just having a weird time showing the real screen names, Ryan. Yeah, maybe I need to revisit it this spooky season, Jamie. Yeah. Never saw the sequel. Mm. Lunches and beer and a month's work. Wow, they said no. Amazing. These poor guys, they finally, cut ties and they want to get the hell out of there, and we all know it's not going to work out. Oh, Stir of Echoes is friggin' awesome. I love Stir of Echoes. I prefer it to The Sixth Sense for sure. And it looks like this is, I mean, clearly they probably shot off season, so they didn't have to deal with the heat. Looks pretty wintry there up in the mountains. Mm-mm. That ain't good. I wish Donnie Darko leaned more into the Halloween theme after watching it. I said this is where Dinosaur Dracula got his template. I've never. What's Dinosaur Dracula? I've never seen that one. Yeah, I missed that one in the theater, but I remember when it came out on VHS, Ryan, it was one that I immediately like as soon as I could buy a copy from Blockbuster, I bought one for like 4.99 or whatever and watched the shit out of that movie when I was in high school. We've got our first confirmed death of the movie. It does have some I will say that Donnie Darko has some really good memorable performances. I mean, Patrick Swayze's great. It's got the what's that older lady's name that does the "I'm beginning to doubt your commitment to sparkle motion" line, which is one of the greatest lines. I've seen her pop up in all sorts of stuff, but I can't think of the actress's name. I'm not sure that it's based on truth, right? I mean, that would be wild. That would be pretty wild. That's true, Jared. That's kind of like a lot of the M. Night movies. Although sometimes once you know the twist, oh my goodness. I'm talking through the second death here. Sometimes once you know that twist, it can be more fun to watch a second time to kind of see what you had missed before. But I think that's one of those things that ended up kind of biting M. Night in the butt. Yeah, the soundtrack's really good. It's true. Although I do prefer the Tears for Fears version of um, Mad World over the Gary Jules version. Yeah, the slow motion shot with head over heels. Yeah. Kitty Farmer was played by Beth Grant. Kitty Farmer. Yes, okay, there you go. Yeah, Beth Grant, okay. I forgot that I had forgotten the name of the character. Wow, she looks like what else have I seen her in? I feel like I've seen her in so much. No Country for Old Men, Speed. Okay, that's what's okay, so Speed, there you go. You're totally all good, Matt. We're just we're just chilling watching Tremors, no big deal. That's gross. Yeah, I'm kind of like a I liked Unbreakable quite a bit. I remember watching Signs in the theater, and it was really tense, for sure. There we go. Yes. Yes. She is the teacher that gets it in Child's Play 2. Thank you. I love Child's Play 2. In the director's cut of Donnie Darko, they use In Excess Never Tear Us Apart instead of The Killing Moon. I love the creative way that they show the graboids before showing the graboids. It really is. I'm going to reference this a lot. Very reminiscent of Jaws. Watch for falling rocks. Yeah, one of those bit actresses, Tyler, where you're just like, "Where I know them from so many little roles." Okay, so the next time I watch Donnie Darko, I need to check out the director's cut, sounds like. Leaving Perfection Valley. Come again. So this was shot in Lone Pine, California, right near the Sierra Nevada mountains. And guys, let me know in the chat. So if you were stuck in this town during this whole graboid thing, what would be your survival strategy? Like what the hell would you guys do? Would you stay and fight? Would you just try to flee? Although I guess can't really flee because the roads are blocked. Let me know. And let me know if you guys have a favorite Tremors quote. Ugh. Man, these guys like to go from the celebration of leaving town to the gnarly shit they've been seeing since they've tried to leave. Oh god. Pumpkin King's strategy is he'd ask Reba to sing fancy. Just sing to me. I know the graboids are gonna get us. Just sing to me, Reba. Yeah, Brooke, that's probably the way to go. Gun up and I guess tease them to the surface and blow their brains out, right? Great quote, Ashton. Hey, check it out. I found the ass end. Jay Beach's strategy is work myself into a frenzy that a massive heart attack takes care of it. There you are. Everyone loves the found the ass end. Now, is that the graboid's like tongue? Is that what that is? Yeah, there we go, Jared. That's a good quote too. Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastard? Hey, thank you so much for reminding me, Eli. I meant to mention that. Guys, thank you so much. A couple people have used my link to purchase the Slasher Trash documentary from Creator VC. They're the folks behind the In Search of Darkness series of horror documentaries. And I have a link pinned in the chat. If you use that link, you can pre order the Slasher Trash documentary, which celebrates the trashy slashers of the late 70s and the 80s. And it's going to be a 4-hour documentary. There's a whole bunch of different packages listed there on that website that you can choose to purchase from with all sorts of fun perks. No matter what you do, if you purchase a copy of the movie, you will get your name in the credits at the very least and get a copy of the film. So click that link, see if it's something that you'd be interested in. The commission, that I get from those sales is pretty nice. So, if you want to help out the channel and also help out the fine filmmakers over at Creator VC, that's the way to go. And that campaign is only going to be open until August 14th. So hit that up if it's something that sounds like, a purchase worthy investment for you. Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down. Ride the graboid like Dune. That'd be pretty fun. They have to have done that in one of the sequels, right? Ride the graboid. I don't think it's the brother from the Wonder Years. He might have been a little too old at this point because he was the brother in he was in Back to the Future as well, right? Lorraine's brother back in 1955. There you go. Jamie is on board. And yeah, welcome on in, Dynamite Tiger. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend. Daily Ghost, welcome on into the chat. One of our great Death Squad mods and YouTube channel members. Yeah, I think you must have used my link because I did get an alert that one had gone through today. So to the 2 people that have purchased using my link, thank you so much. It doesn't tell me who you guys are, but I sure do appreciate the support for sure. There you go, Tyler. Summon Beetlejuice. See what he can do about these worms. He'd probably just be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get out of here." Picking on all these old people. Come on, graboids. I guess they're easy targets. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Eli. Yes, Brooke. Yeah, that's one of the first lines. Yeah. It's a beautiful line of dialogue. These are just so much fun, these scenes here, the just building the tension of the creature feature. Again, very Roger Corman, Burt I. Gordon, 50s, 60s drive-in movie kind of vibe. Ugh. You're not even safe in the car. It's crazy. Guys, the practical effects here are just amazing. No CG. This is before all that. Love a good puppet. Love a good slimy puppet. Getting a little bit of an Evil Dead 2 vibe. Yeah, what do you guys think? What are your fan theories? Are the graboids natural? Are they a creature that's just lived in the area and they've just exhausted their food source and now they need to come after the people? Or are they something that's extraterrestrial? Are they a mutation from government experiments? What are the graboids? That's a good one too. Another early line in the film, very quotable. That's a really interesting effect there too, because that's not real. You can tell that's like a drawn in effect or something, or a model, that was used, a model that was composited in. That's the thing, Ashton, when it comes to practical effects, is if they looked good in 1990, they're going to look good in 2025. Now, CG, if it looked good in 1995, it might not look good even 10 or 15 years later. Only the big CG effects like Jurassic Park and all that, have stood up. They're a metaphor for Big Brother. Melvin does kind of have a little bit of that look of the brother from Wonder Years. It's not the same guy, but I do see what you're saying. Yeah, big old 8-inch graboid just flopping between the what did they call the guy? What did they call the big guy in 28 years later? I already forgot. The oh man, I can't even remember the name. The Alpha. Yeah. I guess you could if you don't mind getting eaten by graboids. That's a good question, Jared. I think it's a few reasons. I think in one way, computer generated images you can augment them a little bit easier. You can continue to work on them as you work on the production. Whereas once you capture something in camera, that's pretty much it. You can touch it up, I guess, digitally afterwards. I think sometimes it's less expensive, although I guess it just depends on the movie. My brother's works in visual effects doing like 3D matte paintings, and there are certain movies he worked on. I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and there was one shot on there that took them a really long time. So I would imagine that if you can get it right the first time, CG is probably less expensive. But also it's the state of the art, right? So it's like CG was never going to get better if they didn't use it and improve on it, right? And I think CG can work pretty well too, just depending on what you're doing. But in a movie like Tremors, let's go practical. This guy. Yeah, I think Tremors 2 is pretty fun for what it is. It definitely ramps up the cheesy B movie factor and has a lot more fun with it. And yeah, Bert is a great lead character. Ooh, Jamie's theory is they're ancient creatures. They were asleep and they awake every 2,000 years to feed. Is that a theory, Jamie, or is that what they explain in the later sequels? Yeah, that's what I would say. Cost for CG versus practical. And it's yeah, sometimes with practical, it's like if you can't hire the best of the best, there seems like there were really just a handful of people that could really handle that stuff. Oh, Dynamite. All right, guys, if we get to 2,000 subs on the channel by Halloween, I'll dress up as the alpha for a Halloween stream. How about it? Yeah. Somebody's going to do it at some college party or something like that. All right, just a theory. I like that one. I like it, Jamie. It sounds like something that they would have tried to explain in the later sequels. That's why I had to ask. It's all true, Aaron. Yeah. And also there are certain, directors and filmmakers that just really leaned into that the more it became a thing. George Lucas and James Cameron, just like they leaned into the state of the art on the technology. We got Manny's Manic Media in the chat, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Manny? Yep. It's all true. Fix it in post. We got Brett Patrick in the house. What's happening, Bretty? So good to see you, bud. These stunts, whenever you're doing stunts with horses, man, that is like a huge marvel to me. For somebody to work with a horse, not hurt the horse, and then not get hurt themselves, that's, that's pretty amazing stuff. Jared says we find out later that the Graboid is only a stage of the creature. Don't forget the Alpha Graboid. Members only stream for that one, says Eli. Yeah, for the Graboid or for the Alpha Graboid. And we've got our very first shot of the Graboid. This thing is so badass looking. What a cool creature design, man. Like the beak that opens up in multiple spots, and then the little alien mouths that come out of it, like the xenomorph. Oh, lost his hat. Oh, this is kind of like that scene in Jaws with the holiday roast. Yeah, and I think it's really important. Like I think it's good to have both. I like CG and I like practical. It's just all about, I say this all the time on the channel, but I guess it doesn't hurt to repeat it. I think it's all about what is appropriate for the piece. And sometimes they work together great. Thanks for sharing that, Eli. Yeah, check out Brett Patrick over on Pat That Halloween Movie Collector. Yeah, look at this crazy little creature puking up pumpkin juice. Speaking of pumpkin juice, Pumpkin King dropped a 1999 super chat. Holy cow, Pumpkin King, thank you so much, man. Says, "Will hold you to that Halloween costume use proclamation, Davey. Okay. If I get to 2000 before Halloween, I'll dress as the alpha from 28 years later, whether you like it or not. Oh, I'll have to put a sock on it." Yeah, Weta does CG really well, but they also they mix in the practical too. So, I think Peter Jackson he's a really good example of somebody that's used both. Dead Alive is amazing. I don't know if that was officially Weta at that point, but I know that, that group that he cultivated through Lord of the Rings, some practical and some CG as well. Yeah, I hear you. It is nice when the comic book movies can feel a little grounded. There we go. I found the ass end. There it is. Half of the people's favorite line there. Prince, I would say like a somewhere around a 3 to a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Again, Pumpkin King, thank you so much for the 1999, man. Really appreciate you. That is far too kind. Jaws made me fear water. Tremors made me fear land. I mean, that's the cool thing about what they do here is there really is like the only way to escape is to get to rocks. Little do they know there's more of them out there. We're having a blast, Paula. Hope you're having a good night. That'll cost you extra, Ashton. Been promoting the channel hardcore on other channels, my guy. So watch out on that 2K goal. Well, if I can hold up my end of the bargain, just as far as like keeping on with putting out new material and pre-recorded stuff and all that, Eli, then hopefully we'll be able to accomplish that this spooky season. I am a bit of a punk rocker, a la Superman. What's that fake band called? The something crabs or whatever. The crabby patties. No, I'm just joking. Something crabbies. That's what worries me, Manny, is there's going to be some sort of growth there, right? It may not be immense, but there's going to be a certain amount of that. I agree, Jared. This is a good gateway horror, and it's just PG-13. They held back a little bit on some of the language and cut some of the stuff out to make it PG-13 so they could have more people check it out in the theater. But it's right there on the edge. Yeah, imagine, what do you think the graboids smell like, guys? What do you think they smell like? Yep, there you go. He's got his own theories. Now I know they made that pilot for a Tremors TV series with Kevin Bacon in it, and I don't even know if that ever saw the light of day, but what would you guys think of a Tremors legacy sequel and having Val come back, having Kevin Bacon make a return? I'll take all the Kevin Bacon you got. I love seeing him, especially in horror films. But really, As far as I know, he does no wrong. Mm, that's a good question. I think I think I like Barbarian more, but I don't think I think the third acts of each film have their shortcomings, but I think I ultimately liked Barbarian a little bit more. Yeah, for sure, Bacon over Costner for me. They'd be able to pay tribute to him somehow. And man, this movie just really gets going. We're already about 41 minutes in, and this movie's cruising. I bet they smell like my brother Mark, a little dusty mixed with a slight smell of sweat. They probably smell like whatever they've been eating, rotting dead flesh, something like that. The Fog is another good gateway horror as long as you don't mind your kids seeing some sexy stuff. Did Kevin Bacon just have like a "ooh, I'm laying next to a girl" reaction? Terrible. That's the face I make anytime I wake up from a nap. Can I just go back to bed? It really doesn't sound that bad. Dusty with a slight smell of sweat doesn't sound terrible. It sounds like the guy that yeah, it doesn't sound super pleasant, like the guy I sat next to for Fantastic Four. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, he's just a solid performer, man. Let him have it, Jamie. This is a safe place. No worries, Prince. Yeah, we are back. We are back in the regular spot here. Time to pole vault, everybody. Time to pole vault. So who do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Who do you think is the MVP of the movie? Do you think it's Val? Is it Earl? Is it Rhonda? Is it Bert? Who's the MVP of Tremors? I really dig the music here. It's very fun. Keeps it lighthearted, even though they're dealing with something, pretty serious. Yeah, that's something I wouldn't want to try for the very first time while being hunted by giant flesh-eating worms. Good old Mazda. Jared says the MVP's got to be Val. So does Brooke. Val. All right, 2 votes for Val. Maybe I should put it up to a vote in the chat. How about it? I'll do that. We'll have some fun. Okay, there we go. I got a poll going. A pole vaulting poll. Yeah, I miss little Duncan too. I do. I got to go visit him tomorrow because I think he's leaving with my nephew to go. My nephew's going back to college and taking Duncan with him on Monday. So I got to go visit tomorrow. Yeah, Bert does have the guns. It's a good point. Yeah, let's just drink and smoke some more. Davey, did you watch The Following? It was a great TV show with Kevin Bacon. No, I never watched The Following, but I do remember hearing about it. You know, it was pretty popular when it had come out. Brooke says, great show. Is it about like a serial killer that has like a cult that follows him? Is that what it is all about? Like the cult of Stu that was supposed to be part of Scream 3 that never happened? Who is this guy that looks like Peter Weller? What is this guy's name? Richard Marcus. That must be him. Holy cow, look at that. Jamie Hart has been a channel member for 1 year. That's the crowd going wild for you, Jamie. Thank you so much for your continued support and being the OG mod here. And of course, talking Evil Dead with me here on the channel. Doesn't that always happen with TV shows? It seems like they just don't know how to end it and end up floundering at the end. Jamie dropping the late night. I'm guessing that's me screaming. Let me jump on over to YouTube and check it out. Yeah. Davey screaming. Okay, what do we got here for the poll? 13 votes, and Val is winning 46%. Bert has 38%. He's right there. And Earl and Rhonda have 8% each. This kid is going to get it. Killer overalls. The thing about 1990 is it's got a little bit of that 80s carryover, but we are starting to see a little bit of the 90s style. Do it. Kick his ass, Seabass. Yeah, I saw The Naked Gun. Yeah, I liked it. Not quite as funny as the original Naked Guns to me, but it pretty damn funny. It was great. It was awesome, Jamie. I need to get back on the Twin Peaks train so we can get into our Twin Peaks discussion. They fit so well. You know the great thing about those overalls, Pumpkin King? You can wear a diaper and no one would even know because they just got that baggy ass, you know? Thank you so much for kicking it with us, Chester. Hope you have a great night, man. Get some good sleep, and we'll see you next time around. I do plan on catching up on the news and everything with you guys because we've had some items drop. So I may end up going live tomorrow. So keep an eye out. Yeah, I mean, Leslie Nielsen was the man. Absolutely. Does she not know about the Graboids at this point? Oh, and she's got the headphones on, yeah. It's like riding the bull, riding the mechanical bull. Oh, great. Now you're just wrapped in barbed wire. No big deal. And yeah, guys, I'm so the movie really cooks, man. They need to make more movies that do this now. That just let's friggin' go, you know? That can't be very tasty for the graboid to be eating barbed wire there. Practical effects are friggin' stellar here. You feel the weight and the massiveness. Yeah, get out of your pants. Good idea. Well, that's one way to do it, right? Yeah, we can see you, Aaron. Have a good one, Eli. Thank you so much for kicking it with us, man. And thank you so much for sharing the link for the slasher trash and everyone's content creation links in the chat as well. And thanks for bringing your brother into the fold. There you go. Don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this awesome channel and consider becoming a member of the Mighty Death Squad. Those socks are something else. They're like leg warmers and socks. So that might happen because on YouTube you have the option to do like top chat or live chat. So sometimes it automatically defaults to top chat, and for whatever reason it just doesn't grab every chat message. I don't know why. Well, we can't pull it back. You're lying on it. Oh shit. No, Victor Wong, no. Oh man, it's too late. It's too late. They should have made this like part of the Universal Studios tour. I think that would be pretty awesome. Come on, let's go. The roof. Yeah, I'd say if you can't see someone's comments, you just want to make sure that the all chat thing is selected instead of just top chat. Tremors would have made a hell of a video game too. There you go. Oh, she's done for. Well, it seems like YouTube's having a tough time with a couple things because yeah, we can't even see each other's real like screen names or anything like that. Everything's fine. Victor Wong says hi. I don't know if that rinky dink shed is gonna hold up, bud. All right, we got 16 votes. Who is the MVP of Tremors? Val's got 17 votes. Val's got 47%. Earl's got 18%. Rhonda's got 6. And Bert has 29%. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I guess they take a dump in the one of just behind them in the tunnels they're digging as they run around. Well, we got 23 people here on the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you're watching this after the fact, even cooler because it really does help the stream get that second life and it really does help the channel. So make sure you hit that like button whether you're watching live or after the fact. We just passed 1,600 subscribers on this stream. So thank you very much to everybody that helped make that happen. You guys are awesome. And yeah, tomorrow night I'll be back, or maybe it'll be tomorrow afternoon. I'll be covering some news. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you have your notification bell hit. And then that way, when before I go live, it'll give you a notification that I'm about to go live. So that way you don't miss anything that we're doing here on the channel. Got the bullet shaker. Wow, we're almost an hour into the movie already. It's just flying on by. Gotta listen to Reba. Tyler says these days most productions don't make enough of an effort to sell the magic in CG integration and interactions. It needs the TLC that Who Framed Roger Rabbit had to convince us cartoons were real. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It takes a certain touch for sure. Absolutely. And I think a big part of it too, Tyler, is matching the lighting and then making sure that you're using good sound design to sell the weight of the creature or the person or whatever it is you're using. Oh, Gaz Hearsome has entered the chat, says just got out of weapons in New Zealand. Not my thing, unfortunately. Yeah, Gaz, I really love the first 2/3. And the third act I didn't appreciate so much, unfortunately. I thought it was good, but not great. And Gaz, I know I still need to watch the kill list. Don't worry. It's been a wild few days here since I'm back at my normal spot. I slept about 2 hours last night before I had to wake up to go to work. But I've got the kill list on my radar and on my to do for sure. Yeah, I mean, how can Bert not be the MVP with all these weapons? Weapons. Oh, you almost want to like not try to shoot the beak, like walk around to the side and like shoot it from the side. Yeah, was she in the car at the beginning with the older couple? Was that her playing on the radio? Smile, you son of a bitch. Oh, the creature design and effects are just killer here. What's happening, Mike? So great to see you, man. Hope you're having a good weekend so far, Mike. Oh, okay. One of her songs at the end. Okay. I thought I heard a country song during that one scene. Man, hit the bricks. I have so much fun with those guys. It's amazing to be doing a show with those guys. Especially, I mean, I've been watching Lee for 11 years, so pretty beside myself, to be doing a regular show with him. And yeah, man, check out the Lost River Drive-In. Nick's channel is great. He pumps out a whole bunch of content, and it's really, really good. He's got a nice mix of. He's got some hot takes, but he also is really good at explaining himself and explaining his whole way of thinking. Oh, hell yeah. You got to meet Michael Gross last year? Yeah, it's funny, I saw him, growing up when I was watching, sitcoms as a kid. He was, in Family Ties, and then to see him, totally different kind of. It's a total transformation. You don't even, as a kid, I didn't even realize it was the same guy. But that's awesome that he's a cool dude. I'll have to meet him if he's at a convention that I happen to attend. Oh shoot, I must have missed that. I haven't been on socials very much, but it was my dad's birthday the other day on it was Tuesday, and then today we did like a little family gathering. So my brother Matt made awesome chili, and we had some friends and neighbors and family over, and a whole bunch of snacks and food and all that stuff. So I haven't been really on socials very much today, but I'll have to check that out. I'm very happy for Nick and for his son William. That's pretty awesome that after all that time that all got sorted. Yeah, very happy for those guys. Yeah, Nick's channel is dope. It's really, really good. There you go, guys. Check out the merch shop. We've got if you use the promo code Death Squad, two different words, Death Squad, then you can get 15% off your purchase. And the fourth wall shop, we have a whole bunch of really cool stuff. We have Death Squad gear, so you can represent the part of the community that that you guys are all part of, hanging out in the chat. But then there's also, there's hats, shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, mugs for everything we do here on the channel. There's even Hit the Bricks merch on that fourth wall shop as well. So yeah, make sure you use that promo code Death Squad. Let me make sure. I want to make sure it is uh let's see here. Yeah, oh, Death Squad, it's all one word. So if you go to that shop, let me put it in the chat here. Um use promo code Death Squad for 15% off. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if hiding in the tire is the way to go, bud. It's not really a platform. Holy shit, you guys. Pumpkin King dropping the 49.99 super chat. You are amazing. That's it. I got to get clips. So when you guys drop super chats, I can actually show some sort of like, I don't even know how people do that stuff. That's how dumb I am of as far as setting these kinds of things up. But I got to put together some clips. Maybe I'll record a couple and maybe I'll pull a couple from the internet. But Pumpkin King, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate the support. So happy to have you as a subscriber and a YouTube channel member as well, and part of our amazing Death Squad community. And Pumpkin King says, "Hey man, I gotta go. Thanks for the fun Saturday night hang." Absolutely, man. I go live multiple times a week, so yeah, make sure that notification bell is hit and you won't miss any of our fun live streams. Sometimes we do topical discussions. You know, we do interviews and have other creators on. So, and of course, I cover the movie, like horror movie and TV news. So when anything breaks about like the Jason universe or the Crystal Lake show or anything like that, I cover that news here on the channel as well. And thank you so much once again for your generous super chats tonight. You are awesome. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Pumpkin King, man. Helping to pay the bills. That is super sweet. Again, not a requirement of anyone, but it's very sweet because I would love to do this as much as possible, guys. It's okay. I think I realized it wasn't in the banner, Jamie, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I have it in some of the banners, but I don't have it in all of the banners." So I was like, "Oh crap, I need to remember to do that." Yeah, Nestor wasn't too bright, Jared. Not too bright. Yeah, I guess with the clips, I can probably just look some up and download some. I don't have any like capturing software, but I guess, well, wait, you know what? I might have some capturing software. I just need to look into it and put some real time into it. So yeah, because I would love to be able to do that. I mean, I also really love showing my appreciation just verbally and you know calling attention to it. But I think it's fun to do. You know, the clips are nice. There you go, Daily Ghost. Daily Ghost wants another hour of Davy Death Ray. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff up there, guys. And so what I do, guys, I'm not looking to make a killing on the merch. I want it to be affordable for you guys. So they usually recommend on those hats, I think they recommend, I can't remember exactly what it is right now off the top of my head, but just so you guys know, like in general, it's, you know, maybe $4 or so, 4 or 5 bucks is what I end up making off of the stuff in the merch shop. So usually they recommend that you try to make like $8 to $10, sometimes 10 to 12, depending on the item. But I want it to be affordable for you guys. And then the 15% on top of that. Mm, pineapple's yummy. I'm a fan. Jamie says, I'm going to buy my dentist, and I saw that in the theater mug. Get one for your dentist, too. Yeah, the Jamie Hart merch is really fun, guys. It's really fun stuff. And I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the Death Squad merch as well that Eli, was pushing me to create, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, and was able to create something that I think is pretty fitting. And there's multiple options for the Death Squad merch too. 23 for the trucker hat. Yeah, and I think those are the embroidered ones. And there's some hats on there too, Daily Ghost. I don't know if it's the late night with the Davy hats. The Death Squad hats, I think, are what, like 15, 18, maybe something like that. So nothing like the I know what you did last summer merch where it's like $40 for a trucker hat. I drive an '09 Prius, Prince. I've only seen the first 3 Tremors. Again, great use of practical effects with the it's like the shark fin in Jaws, these little plumes of dust. Yeah, fourth wall is great. It's I had some issues with Spring. They were just not shipping gear out, and they weren't paying me for gear that people were buying, unfortunately. Fourth wall has been awesome. I've gotten my first payout from fourth wall, and they let me know every step of the way what's going on with the merch, that it's in production, it's been sent, it's been delivered, all that stuff. See, not a bad deal. 16 bucks for a trucker hat. Pretty good deal. If you're at a con, a trucker hat's going to cost you what, 25 bucks? I could probably raise the price, but I'd rather you guys buy up a bunch of that stuff and send me pictures of you wearing it and rep it when you're hanging out. This is a really cool part of the tension in the lore. Like, once you stop moving, they don't know where you are. Kevin Bacon's getting to show off a little bit of his like dance skills. It was his balance. Goddamn good thinking. I'm just gonna keep on saying it. I love that once this movie gets going, it just doesn't let up. I love that about this movie. It's just up to whatever you're feeling. There's some of the items where I was like, well, if no one's buying it anyway, does it matter if I raise it a little bit or if I lower it? And I was like, well, I'll just try to be fair. Like, what would I want to pay for something like this if I were supporting a small YouTube channel? Okay, and embroidered ones are 18. Yeah, they're nicer, guys. If you look at the embroidered hats, they're like stitched in, so they are nicer. They're worth the extra couple bucks if you want something that's not just paint, but actually a stitched in design. Oh, they're so reasonable, the prices. Oh, she's an athletic, acrobatic gal. Yeah, it's a great way to support the channel. And again, you can get 15% off. Making bombs, making pipe bombs. See, this is the thing. This is why it's good to know some, kind of rednecky, gun toting. We all need each other. you know? Those of us who aren't into advanced weaponry and don't know how to make pipe bombs, you might wanna have someone in your life that could do that if you're ever in a Tremors situation and need that. Yeah, but now they're gonna start working together. All right, checking on the poll here, 19 votes. Val is still winning 47%. Earl's got 16, Rhonda's got 5, and Bert has 32% of the votes on who is the MVP of Tremors. Ow! You just threw ammo boxes. Geronimo. Right? I mean, well, they have no idea how many of these things there are, right? They've already killed. How many have they killed? Just two? Have they two or three? They killed the one at the compound, and then they killed the one that hit the concrete wall. Now, those look like salt flats. That's what that looks like to me. Yeah, and there's some snow up there. Definitely shot this in winter. Quick question from Chester Franklin Jr. says, or he asks, best Kevin Bacon performance Friday the 13th or Tremors? I say Tremors. Yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with his performance in Friday the 13th. You know, he's solid. He's really not in the movie very long. And it's a, while this movie is an ensemble cast, he is one of the featured mains. So I would say Tremors. He's got so much more to work with. He's incredibly charming in this film. You know, he is kind of like the heart of the cast. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Footloose. Well, there you go. If you want to do Footloose or Tremors, I think that's a bit of a better kind of which one do you prefer? Which one's the better performance? Footloose or Tremors? Maybe I'll throw that here. We'll have some fun. I'm going to end the current poll. Val wins this poll. And I'm going to steal your idea and change it a little bit, Chester. There you go. Footloose or Tremors. And I know he's been in a whole bunch of other movies. I just think those are like kind of close in the era, you know? I mean, I loved him in Maxine. I thought he was great in Maxine. Um, what are the other horror movies he's been in lately? Why am I blanking? I love this bit here in the movie. We just passed it where the Graboids actually like dug like a like a soft pit trap for them. That's pretty creative stuff. Oh, that Bondsman show. I've heard good things about that. Oh, he was good in Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. He was good in that. Yeah, really dug him in Maxine. Oh, he's in the Toxic Avenger that's coming out really soon. He is just such a consistently strong performer, man. Kevin Bacon is great. Yeah, Gaz brings up Stir of Echoes, I think is really good too. I we talked about that or Brooke brings it up. Oh, and then Gaz says it too. Yeah, I Stir of Echoes, love Stir of Echoes. Yeah. I watched that movie so much when I was in high school. I think it would be fun to sculpt a character in Blender, make a practical version cast from a 3D printed mold, and finish them to match. Get the best of both worlds. Yeah. Yeah, I think no matter what, even if you use practical effects, it's really nice to be able to use CG to augment it or enhance it for sure. I mean, there's a lot of practical effects in Land of the Dead, George Romero's Land of the Dead that I love. And then they went in and post and added blood and just, matched colors and everything with CG. What about a Footloose sequel? Ren bans dancing, but his grandson convinces him to cut loose again. Well, why would he ban it? Because it just gotten too dirty. Foot dirty loose. Footloose may have been the first soundtrack album I ever owned. It was huge. I remember that just being massive back in the day, Jamie. Kenny Loggins just ruled the 80s with those soundtracks. Footloose, Top Gun, and Caddyshack. Those are just the three I think of off the top of my head. Mhm. Yeah, I've never seen Wild Things. I mean, I know all about its infamous scenes. Guys, let's not fight. Yeah, I've never even seen Hollow Man either, Jamie. I've heard mixed things, but I should probably check it out. And he was in X-Men First Class. He's really good as Sebastian Shaw. Few Good Men, that's a good one too. Yeah, The River Wild. There's a little bit of a horror. I mean, it's like a thriller. It's like a 90s thriller, but yeah, he's scary in that movie. Bert. There you go. This is great. But it's such an awesome the way that they play this out, that these things, even though they're giant worms, underground slugs, there's some intelligence going on. There's a reason why they've existed as long as they have, without even having eyes. I think that's the key, is to make it indecipherable, to make it look like it's photo real. Yeah. And there are people out there that do that. There's plenty of CG that we don't even know. Until my brother showed me, like, most of the time when you see a helicopter in a movie, unless it's a shot of people in the helicopter, but if you see just like a shot of a helicopter flying, usually that's not real. Trains, not real. Like, all put in there by 3D matte painters and those kinds of folks. Oh, I always thought the guts looked like pumpkin. It was like the inside of a pumpkin. Yeah, I need to watch Wild Things. I saw Wild Things in the theater. It was wild indeed. You didn't go with your parents, did you, Jamie? I mean, man, Kenny Loggins. What song isn't good, you know? So catchy. Bad Guy and Sleepers. There you go. Yeah, he's huge career, in and around horror, but then, everything. Kevin Bacon's done it all. It is pretty impressive. Yeah, and apparently he's supposed to be playing the same character from She's Having a Baby. Uh-oh, but have they learned? Mm-mm. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, fudge-a-rooney. That ain't good. Mm-mm. Think about how a small soldiers would look today. It would be amazing balancing today's practical and today's CG. Physically based rendering wasn't around back then in 1998. Yeah. What's happening? We got Pat, that Halloween movie collector, in the house, one of our great channel members. Hope you're doing well, Pat. So great to see ya. Yeah, we're kind of being night owls. Checking out Tremors. We are about 10 minutes away from the end here, but it is available on YouTube, and the link is down below, Pat, if you want to jump in and check out the rest of the movie with us. Hope you're doing well, bud. Oh, well, maybe that one helped seal the deal, right, Jamie? Yeah, these graboids, man. Yeah, he's the lead graboid. I love his accent here. Throw that friggin' bomb. Guys, I gotta highlight it again just because I can't even believe it. But shout out to Pumpkin King. I know he's not in the chat anymore, but he threw down some heavy super chats here tonight. So just wanted to shine a light on that again. That was super awesome. Pumpkin King. Well, and they have like, what's great is they are still showing us, not only are the graboids becoming more intelligent, but I feel like the way they're using the camera and the way they're showing off the practical effects, they're giving us a little bit more throughout the movie. They're unveiling more and more and more. There's some really cool shots that we just saw there. I love this stuff right here, the underground shots. Oh, to make them race. Oh shit, we got that Hitchcock push pull zoom there. Epic right here. Can you fly? Can you fly, Bobby? Oh, beautiful explosion. Love it. Do you know any hidden gem comedies? Ones up there up my alley are Step Brothers, Pineapple Express, Dodgeball, etc. Yeah, I mean, I think if you like, I'm going to highlight that and we can talk about it once the movie's over. How about that, guys? Yeah, great finale here. This movie, by about 15 minutes in, they're steadily pushing down the gas pedal and they do not let up until what we just saw. There you go. Old school Idiocracy, Talladega Nights, Anchorman. Love to prove that, wouldn't you? Get your name in the National Geographic. Heavyweights with Ben Stiller. I like that one too. Let me crumble up these pictures of some bitch. Selfish. Look, I'd like to bang you, but I'm not really interested in an exclusive thing. Wow, he's acting so... He's big time in her. Yeah, Earl does not dig it. Yeah, I saw Heavyweights 3 times in the theater. It came out. I was in like 6th grade or whatever. True. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. You can't even like walk normal in your jeans. What does she want with you? Lay one on you. Ow! All right, we got 10 votes. Which Kevin Bacon performance is better? You guys give it to Tremors, 60% over 40% for Footloose. And here we go. We've got Reba. Reba closing everything out. Guy, did we really just watch Tremors like that? It seems like it just flew right by. That's incredible. Holy cow. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a little 35 and a half year celebration of Tremors from 1990. This one dropped on, I believe it was January 19th. Yep, January 19th, 1990. This movie cost $11 million and only made $16.7 million in the US and Canada, but the worldwide was about the same. Okay. But it made a lot of money on VHS when it came out. This was a huge rental hit and a movie that rose to great popularity after it hit the video stores back in the day. Yeah. Holy cow. Let me get the tunes going here and we'll hang out for a little bit. Why the heck not? Boom. There it is. Tremors. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for kicking it. Really appreciate everyone for hanging out. Not only did we have a good time here tonight, let's see if it's still holding up. We're at 1602. We have crossed the 1600 subscriber mark. Thank you so much, every single one of you guys. Obviously, couldn't have done it without you. Couldn't have done it without you guys joining me, sharing the channel, liking the videos, engaging in the comment section, engaging in the chat, building up this amazing community that we have. Thank you guys so much. That is awesome to see that we've passed 1,600 subscribers. We're not even just there anymore. We are past it. It's a good feeling. It's good. It's good. Really quick, for Gaz's, do you know of any hidden gem comedies? Okay, so yeah, if you like that kind of wacky, you know, stonery, silly comedy. Yeah, everything Jamie recommended. Jamie has really good recommends, and they're right around the same era with some of the same actors as what you just listed there, Gaz. I'm a big like 80s, 90s kid, so I grew up with like the original Naked Gun, Naked Gun 2.5, Naked Gun 33 and a third, Airplane. I really love the original Airplane. The sequel to me is just sort of like a rehash, but that first Airplane is so good. I really enjoy Top Secret with Val Kilmer as well. Same guys that did like Naked Gun and Airplane, and then some of those same guys went and did Hot Shots and Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2 are both fantastic. Like I love those movies. UHF with Weird Al, highly recommend UHF. It's a little bit of a different kind of parody comedy. I don't know, like if you never watched like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey, I think those are really fun as well. They're not technically stoners, but they pretty much behave like stoners. Like you never, you know, it's like Pineapple Express, but you never see them like they're not actually doing drugs. They're just dumb guys. But they have great hearts, you know. Let's see what else we got going. Oh, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny is amazing. Yeah, that movie is one of the best comedies. Speaking of 1990 and practical effects, TMNT. Oh yeah. Love TMNT 90. All right, who's having beers with Pat? I've just got an orange slice. Pat, I'm detoxing, and I may be detoxing for life. That's the goal anyway. I'm gonna miss beer, but man, I gave it so much. I think Trapped in Paradise needs more love. Nick Cage, Dana Carvey, and John Lovitz. I saw that when it came out on VHS, but I have not seen it since. But that's one I need to revisit. What are they? They're like, are they trying to like do a bank robbery or something like in their hometown during like a snowstorm? Is that the premise, or am I like, I can picture the cover of the VHS. They're like in a snow globe kind of thing. Are we thinking of the same movie? I think so. You got it, Gaz. Of course, man. So yeah, guys, we can kick it for a little bit. I'm not looking to run out or anything, but I know it's kind of late for the East Coast folks. And I don't know. What else is going on YouTube right now? Anything fun happening? Who's live on YouTube right now? Am I the only crazy person? I'm just crazy. Nightcap, so you can watch Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco talk about sports. There's that. Comic Artist Pro Secrets is live right now. Look at this. There's a handful of channels that are live right now. G.I. Joe, Hasbro is live. Just nonstop episodes of G.I. Joe. Not bad. Yellow Flash 2 is live. All sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, we can kick it if you guys have anything you want to talk about or anything you want to discuss. I will be back tomorrow covering some horror movie news, so keep an eye out for that. I think what I might do tonight, guys, with the rest of my evening is prep for the horror movie news, maybe drop some of the clips from our streams that we had last week that I just never got around to because it's been crazy over here on my end. And I need to find some video clips for super chats because I don't have like any of those. So I need to either create or find some really good super chat videos. Pat, where did you get all your clips for? I know some of them, like the, you know, Chris Nelson doing fuck you Everscathed, all that. I know that's like was one that was recorded especially for you guys, but where do you just use a capturing program, or do you just download something that you've searched for on Google? I might just have to do that. I might just have to download videos from the Googles to use as super chat videos. I might just have to do it. Oh, let's see here. Holy cow, we have 20 people kicking it in here still. Jamie says, go watch more Twin Peaks. I'm curious, where are you in season 2? What's happening? Oh, I think we're like episode 11 or 12, but I think my brother's already in bed and we've been watching together. So I don't want to watch without him unless we agree on that before and we can like keep pace with each other. But yeah, I think we're episode 10 or 11, something like that in season 2. Search and download. Cool. Simple enough. All right. Yeah, so much to do. I have to watch Kill List for Gaz because he threw me that New Zealand 20 bucker last week when I was at my sister's. So I got to watch Kill List for Gaz and give my thoughts on a live about that one. And it's funny. I've been watching just sometimes in the background. I'll just like put on whatever when I'm working on something. And I've been watching a lot of the What Culture videos, and they had one about like Kill List was in there, but I skipped it because I didn't want anything spoiled for me. Like as I'm watching it and the Kill List got brought up, I was like, nope, not gonna do it. So I did not do it. Get back into Twin Peaks so we can get that stream. Okay. Well, we can put together a stream at least for the first season, right, Jamie? We could do something like that. We'll have to get together, you, Des, and I can reach out to Evan and we can do a live stream just covering that first season. Would be pretty cool. That's how I think we should do it, is break it up season by season. That's the flick. While in prison, one of the brothers hears about a small town called Paradise with a bank that's just asking to be robbed. Snowy vibes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember Dana Carvey just being such a character in that one. The movies that he was in, like the earlier movies he was in, Master of Disguise, I was like a bit too old when that came out, and I've just heard it was terrible. But like, I really like Opportunity Knocks. Like, Opportunity Knocks was one I rented a lot as a kid. And I did enjoy, Trapped in Paradise. And of course, I mean, you know, playing Garth in Wayne's World 1 and 2. That was great. Davey, you should use the scene from Wanderlust with Paul Rudd saying, I'm going to put some Diek in. Okay. Paul Rudd, Wanderlust. I'm going to put, and then I'll, okay, there we go. Oh, he's looking in the mirror. Okay. No, I think the last thing we saw was the killer destroying the body that he was housed in so he could be free. I think that's the last thing we saw. It was pretty epic. Yeah, that's after season 2, right? Season 1, season 2, Fire Walk with Me, and then The Return. Okay, yes. Let's get together with Des and find a good time that works for her. I can bring Evan in on that chat as well, and we can find out a good time for us to all get together and have a little chat. And we can kind of do maybe work out some talking points so we can, since there'll be 4 of us, be able to steer the conversation in a way that's just got some sort of direction. Yeah, man, that scene was nuts. I was like, what's happened? I'm like, oh my gosh, the show just gets wild. Yeah. That's what I understand too, Ashton. Yeah. 1, 2, Fire Walk with Me, The Return. Yep. Gotta get into it. And I'm, Hollywood Lido, we're gonna get him on for a Nightmare on Elm Street live stream because he is a super expert and big fan of that series. I'm a relatively casual fan. I've seen all of those movies like a handful of times each. But it's my 3rd favorite out of the big 3. So I consider myself just to be like not as invested. And I feel like, or I think that having a discussion with Lido, I could maybe, come to a greater understanding of that series and maybe find a greater appreciation for it as well. So planning on doing that. Like I said, I've been working on a series of like how to fix Hollywood, which I know isn't really like a horror thing, but it's just something I've been thinking about. And I thought it would be fun to put together those videos of just like what my ideas are for how we can get back to big movies with big actors being profitable and maybe profitable at $500 million instead of $1 billion. It's kind of ridiculous that Fantastic Four is like kind of a flop, and Superman, while it's like, you know, relatively successful, it's not blowing the doors off the place, you know? So I think I've got some ideas of like how Hollywood could remedy that. And then also I'm thinking I'm going to get into some spooky season stuff. I don't want to give away too much right now, but I've got some ideas that I'm cooking up for spooky season videos that aren't just, they're not just reviews. They're more of like deep dives, or like, you know, 5 reasons why this movie is blankety blankety blank. Again, I don't want to give anything away. But of course you guys are still going to get the out of the theater shorts for me, or from me. And I plan on seeing Strange Harvest pretty soon. I've been hearing really good things about that movie. I can't remember if there's another horror movie that I was thinking about checking out, but Strange Harvest is definitely up there. The Witchboard remake comes out on August 15th. I'll probably be checking that one out as well. And then we've got, you know what, next month we've got Black Phone. They're even doing a Shin Godzilla re-release in 4K that I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna go watch the Batman, Batman 89 and Batman Returns in Dolby at AMC. So I'll probably do a little out of theater reaction for that. So a whole bunch of fun stuff coming up here on the channel. I'm not surprised Fantastic Four fell off, since MCU just recently started releasing good movies again. Yeah, and I still think Thunderbolts was better. It's a shame that it didn't do better in the box office. But again, if these movies didn't cost $300 million to, I mean, gosh, like, what do you guys think Doomsday's? Like, that's going to be $500 million to like $600 million just to make the movie, to pay all those actors and then do the marketing. Be pretty expensive. So if movies could get back to costing $200 million or less, even these really big ones, and I've got some ideas, then by the time they reach $500 million, they are successful. And it seems like $500 million is, I know it's a wild number to make it sound like it's not that much, but I think $500 million is a lot more reasonable than $1 billion. You know, you cut that expectation of what the movie's going to make in half, and all you have to do is trim like $100 million out of the budget to make that movie a success. Why the hell wouldn't you want to do it? Wish we could get a Scream 7 trailer, but don't spoil everything. I bet we're going to get a teaser around sometime in October. Look out for a Scream 7 teaser to drop with one of the big movies in October, whether it's Shelby Oaks, or what else is coming out in October? Is Black Phone October or September? The Black Phone 2 release date, October 17th. Guys, don't be shocked if we get a Scream trailer that's really just a teaser. And then a lot of the Scream movies were released, I think in the early days, the first 3, I think those were released in like December. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a full trailer in December, you know, Silent Night, Deadly Night, something like that. And because the movie's coming out in February. So I would expect a full trailer to come, you know, in the first half of December. Those are all just guesses. I don't have any inside information. All I have is the, you know, timing and pacing and rhythm, and, you know, what seems to make sense to me. That's I'm just kind of pulling it out of my ass. There you go. You got to, right? Fire Walk with Me, because isn't that the backstory on Laura? Yeah, I'm looking forward to catching back up with Twin Peaks. District 9 had a $30 million budget. If we could make unique movies sub 100 million, even sub 50 million, that would be great. Yeah, and I just mean 200 million for like the comic book, like DC and Marvel, and 200 million is not that much for them, right? And then yeah, other movies, I feel like, man, if you're spending $100 million on a movie that's not a proven IP, then that's pretty risky, right? So yeah, I'm right there with you, like sub 50. And I've got my ideas, and my ideas, guys, they work across the board for all of these movies. And it's a way to keep big actors showing up in these movies. You don't have to just hire no names, because that's going to be a big part of the budget. And you don't have to completely gut the marketing. I've got my shit. So I've already said enough. It blows my mind that the earnings from 4 or 5 comic book movies could at least put a major dent in world hunger. Maybe Disney should forfeit their box office net to donate towards that. I mean, if they cared, they would. But they have shareholders just like every other company. That's why I don't buy it when they try to act like they're altruistic or different. Because ultimately, when push comes to shove and you need to prove profitability to keep people under employment and keep the shareholders happy, then that's all that's going to matter really, is the money. Yeah, might as well, right, Brooke? How long has it been since you've watched those? If Avengers Doomsday flops, then I'll be worried. Dude, it's going to have to make over $1 billion. And it could, because Robert Downey Jr. has worldwide appeal. So that's why I think Jurassic World is doing so much better than Superman and Fantastic Four. It only came out a week before Superman, and it's crushing it. Over $200 million more than Superman. And it's just 1 week longer. But it has way broader worldwide appeal. You take a movie like Jurassic Park to Asia, and it's going to do a lot better than Superman or Fantastic Four are going to do over there. And I think with Avengers Doomsday, I think Robert Downey Jr. has the appeal to bring in, other, highly populated regions of the world. Not just like Western culture, so, but I mean, it is going to cost probably $600 million at least, that movie. And I'm like, with marketing, yeah, it's probably going to cost $600-750 million with marketing. The Russo brothers are making like $80 million a piece, I think, on that movie. So, and the risk for Doomsday is really the only things that it's connecting to. Remember, Infinity War and Endgame were connected to like almost 10 years of movies. So there was, 3 Iron Man movies, 2 Thor movies, 2 Captain America movies. There are all sorts of these films. Guardians of the Galaxy was worked in there. So all of these movies built up to Infinity War. Really, all that's building up to Doomsday, as far as I know, essentially is Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Now, maybe like they'll try to work in the Marvels or something like that. I haven't seen that movie, and I feel like it's been a while. 2 to 3 years since that movie came out. I don't even know, because I stopped paying attention to the movies that looked like they were actively not interested in having me watch them. So I think there's a risk there that Avengers Doomsday is trying to jump to some big event without really building the proper steps. Similarly to what the DCEU did by having one Man of Steel movie and then jumping right to BVS, which is basically your in-between to getting to Justice League. Like they wanted to take, and I think Aquaman had come out and all that, but they were really taking this big leap to this huge team up, massive scope idea. And I think that's what Marvel's doing with Doomsday. And I think that they're sort of crossing their fingers here. I mean, if it's true what Rebecca Romaine said, that they're like writing as they go, that's not good. Not good. You're very welcome, Brooke. I hope you have a great rest of your night, miss. And happy birthday to your mama. I've watched my Blu-rays of Twin Peaks so much I wore them out. They're scratched and won't play, so I just replaced it with the newest box set. There you go. I should get a physical copy. Have you watched / are you into Supernatural, mainly seasons 1 through 5? I've never watched Supernatural. And I know there's so many seasons to catch up on, so I don't know. They've been highly recommended to me because I am a fan of shows like Buffy I'm not the biggest Jensen Ackles fan. I think Jared's a little bit better, but I think maybe they work. Maybe they just work better on TV shows rather than film. Fight the Good Fight says, you want to hear something crazy? I've never seen an MCU film until last month. I watched Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk to start my journey, and I loved them. When does the MCU start going to crap? Captain Marvel. Pretty bad. The second Doctor Strange movie. Pretty bad. And then I just sort of, like, I don't even know. I haven't seen the second Black Panther movie. The first one was fine. It was good. It wasn't great. There's a lot of like good, not great, but still really entertaining and very engaging movies. You know, I think the great ones are the first Iron Man, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War. And then, you know, when they get to like, I like the first Doctor Strange movie. I did like that one. Endgame or Infinity War and Endgame are great. You know, I would say that most of them they're all worth watching at least through Endgame. Yeah. Although is Captain Marvel before Endgame? They might have snuck her in between Infinity War. Like, it's all getting foggy here. But yeah, I did not like Captain Marvel very much. But I would say just watch them until you start feeling like, because even Fight the Good Fight, like, I don't really like Iron Man 2 very much. I liked Iron Man 3 more than I liked Iron Man 2. The first Thor movie I thought was fun. The second movie, you know, not great. So it's a little bit hit or miss. I think, honestly, the character that has the strongest arc is Captain America. Because the first movie is like serviceable. It's really good. It's like a really cool World War II movie. And Winter Soldier is fucking awesome. Winter Soldier is like a Jason Bourne movie. Really, really good. And then Civil War is kind of the first like big conflict within the team, you know? So there's some really good stuff in there for sure. Black Panther 2 was fine enough considering the tragedy that movie suffered. Yeah, I mean, losing Chadwick Boseman is crushing because he was such a strong performer. And maybe they shouldn't have just done Black Panther 2 and replace him, you know? Maybe call it something else. I don't know. Seems pretty quick to like move on but still use the same name. Yeah. Let's see here. Well, shoot, guys, we're at about 2.5 hours. It's about 10:45 here. I've got some stuff to do. I think I may call it a night. But don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about horror movie news. I just got to get some other stuff ready to drop. I owe Gaz Hearsome a watch of kill list, so I'm going to try to get that going as well. With Late Night with the Davey, this last week, I ended up having to cancel. We were originally going to watch Sleepaway Camp. That's going to be the plan for this Wednesday, is to watch Sleepaway Camp on Late Night with the Davey. So look forward to that. I think this is the perfect time of year to do it, you know, middle of August, right at the end of the summer camp season. I guess, you know, just the end of the summer. I guess the camp season was probably last month. But yeah, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much to the Patreon members, to our YouTube channel members. Big fat shout out to the Pumpkin King for the generous super chats tonight. Massive shout out to our Death Squad mods. I believe tonight we have, of course, Jamie. We've got Jamie, Brooke, Eli, and Erica, and maybe there was somebody else that I'm missing. Daily Ghost was in here as well. So thank you so much to all of the mods for hanging out. I appreciate you guys for subscribing and helping us get past that 1,600 mark so much. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to celebrate that a little bit more with you. Maybe I'll plan a little something for, well, no, let's plan something for 2,000. But I will continue thanking you guys for it. So really appreciate y'all so much. That's going to wrap it up for me tonight. But you know how this goes, right? Until next time, I've been and will Continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.